Do you find yourself turning to food when you're feeling stressed, bored, overwhelmed, sad? You're not alone. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can finally break the cycle of emotional eating and find food freedom. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell in the corner so you're notified every time I post a new video about emotional eating, intuitive eating, and how you can live with food freedom. My name is Meredith MacKenzie. I'm a clinical therapist, intuitive eating counselor, and the founder of the One Body to Love program. I've helped hundreds of women to break the cycle of emotional eating and to learn to eat intuitively. Last week, we talked about one of the #1 reasons clients come to my practice and book their first session. And in today's video, I want to take you through my response within that initial session and how I support them in starting their first steps on their food freedom journey. When clients book their first session and are sitting across from me in my office, they typically start talking about the following things, and tell me if this sounds familiar for you. They often experience some form of anxiety about eating and about what they're allowing themselves to eat, what they think they shouldn't be eating, when they should be eating it, when they should not be eating it, and it's so consuming. They're also starting to experience stress about dining out with other people or not having control over what they're eating when they're eating it. Feeling as though they're in this tight little box, but also feeling so anxious about people that want to break them from that box. And maybe you've given in to some of your cravings and you felt like you lost control in those moments and you vowed not to let that happen again. But at the same time, you're thinking about food all the time. It's always on your mind. Perhaps you've lost weight and then gained weight back and you've wondered, is this going to keep happening? Am I going to lose full control and just keep gaining weight? And the very first thing I let them know is that this is incredibly normal. This is the way your body is designed to respond to physical and mental restriction. And there's a solution. This is when I introduce my clients to a concept called intuitive eating, coined and created by Evelyn Tribole and Elise Resch, two fabulous dietitians. In a nutshell, intuitive eating includes listening and tuning into your body's hunger and fullness cues, and eating according to them. Giving yourself permission to eat what you want when you want it, while also addressing the underlying relationship that you have with food and your body, and the messaging that might be preventing you from having a healthy relationship with food. Learning to listen to your body and actually stop eating when you start to feel full or satiated. And learning how to cope with your emotions without food. But I get it. You need the proof, you need the science, you need to know that this is going to work for you. So that's what I'm going to cover in today's video. Luckily, there is scads of research on intuitive eating, and the literature keeps being added by the day. So how does intuitive eating to work to repair your relationship with food and your body? #1, taking an intuitive eating approach helps you to reattune to your body's needs, not just on a physical food level, but also on an emotional level, and helps you to truly repair that relationship that you have with your body. From birth, we are natural regulators. We are able to attune to what we need, to cry out for food, and to finish feeding when we've had enough. However, the majority of us are shaped and molded by the worlds that we live in. Maybe it's by parents or other caring individuals, but we receive messaging throughout our lives that tells us what we should be eating, what we shouldn't be eating, that we should be eating at different times, or we're asked to neglect our needs because dinner's not ready yet, have an apple, all sorts of messaging that really messes with our internal ability to attune to what we're needing. However, to counter this, research actually shows that when restriction is imposed on children, it actually leads to a higher likelihood that they're going to eat when they're not hungry and more likely to have a higher BMI later in life. I'm not the biggest fan of BMI. It's not the, be all and end all, but it is something that we can look at in some situations. And intuitive eating works to help you get reattuned to your body and to say, hey, what are the signals that you're giving me? Because our bodies give us so many signals every day. When you need to use the washroom, when you need to sleep, when you need to eat, when you need to slow down eating, when you need to take a break for stress, or you need your body to cool down. There's all sorts of cues your body is giving you, and it really sets a foundation for body respect and loving and accepting your body based on what the information is that it's giving you. Speaking of that, intuitive eating has been shown to be connected to greater body and food satisfaction. Across 24 studies between 2004 and 2015, intuitive eating was consistently linked to greater positive body image, emotional functioning overall, and lower internalized weight stigma, or how much pressure you put on yourself to be a certain weight. And this can be a tricky piece for me when I'm introducing intuitive eating to someone, and you might be experiencing this yourself as well. So many of us just desperately want to lose weight. We want our bodies to you be smaller. However, a big piece of becoming an intuitive eater and repairing that relationship with your body is being considerate of, is there a different approach I could take? I know that this thing exists where I can lose weight and I can continue to pursue this thinner body. However, I think that I'll be mentally better and my relationship with my body would be better if I stopped putting that as the be-all end-all goal for myself. However, if you're watching this and saying to yourself, but I physically need to lose weight, I encourage you to watch this video right here where I talk about how health is determined based on body weight and the things that truly contribute to a person's health that are not weight related. You might be surprised to learn that you can actually be healthy in a larger body depending on the actions that you're taking in your everyday life. Now, a big reason that I am a supporter of intuitive eating is because of the work that I do. Intuitive eating has significantly been linked to decreased disordered eating. Whether you like to admit it or not, when you are actively engaging and consistently preoccupied with food and your weight and just the self-esteem impact that that has, you likely fall into the category of disordered eating, if not an eating disorder. It can be largely an invisible struggle, particularly because weight loss and dieting and exercising are so applauded and celebrated in our culture. We often miss how challenging it is for an individual to go through that on a daily basis, and when they mess up, to feel so negatively about themselves. And intuitive eating has been linked to an improved attitude around food and less restriction in your eating. So when you're having those constant thoughts about what's my next meal going to be? Should I be eating that? I don't know. And that internal debate that you experience, intuitive eating will help reduce that significantly, which then allows you to eat in a more balanced way. You might recognize that when you restrict what you're eating, sure, you're reducing the caloric intake that you have, but when you end up overeating or emotionally eating in response, you're likely just eating in a very unbalanced way versus when you intuitively eat, you're able to listen to your true hunger and fullness cues and eat similarly across the board, so you're not having the same highs and lows. Research has shown that over an 8-year period, intuitive eating has significantly improved dieting behaviors and that yo-yo experience of weight gain and weight loss that a lot of people experience. So I want to check in with you. What are the big questions that you're having at this point? Anything goes. Ask me in the comment section down below. I want to know what you want to know about intuitive eating as opposed to taking a more restrictive dieting approach. And if this could truly work for you. So let me know in the comment section down below. Now, I truly want you to enjoy your life, not just at the dinner table or on the treadmill or out on your walk, but overall. And intuitive eating is significantly linked to better or improved mental health outcomes. That includes things like improved self-esteem, self-compassion, unconditional positive regard. And these are, big fancy words for you feel better about yourself. You like yourself more. You're better able to attune to and respond to your internal sensations in your body, which if you've ever been there where you get really stressed out, but you don't notice it until you're really sick, that is going to improve. It's related to greater life satisfaction, optimism, and whether or not you're able to allow yourself to be supported by others. And you might be asking, how is this possible to all be involved in one approach to food? And the truth of the matter is, it's all about the relationship that you have with yourself and your body. If I can say to myself, I respect you enough that I think you deserve to be well nourished, I don't want to hurt you, I want to do what is right for you, you're able to make decisions for yourself and act in a way as though you care for yourself. And those behaviors, time after time, build on to this beautiful relationship of a positive relationship with yourself. Now, one of the biggest concerns as I'm sharing this with a client is for health and physical health outcomes. If I do this, if I take this on, am I not going to be unhealthy because my doctor told me I should be eating in this way? I should have a caloric deficit. I should be trying to lose weight. And yes, on the outside, it looks like you're saying, whatever, I'm going to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. It's much more nuanced than that. And I want to invite you to learn more about intuitive eating on this food freedom journey with me. But let me just say that intuitive eating has been shown to result in greater physical health overall. This includes things that your doctor is interested in, including improved blood pressure, blood lipids, and dietary intake. It's a misconception to think that when you eat what you want, when you want, you're going to eat all the things. Once you become a true intuitive eater, you're able to listen to what your body needs and eat accordingly. And that includes eating a full range of nutritious foods. Intuitive eating is also associated with lower triglycerides, cholesterol, and increased good cholesterols. So I hope at this point you're sitting across from me in my office and saying, okay, I'm nervous, I'm not sure, but that sounds good. I want to give it a try. And if that's where you're at, I say stick around. The first step you want to take is to check out my quiz in the description box down below. It is a 5-minute quiz that's going to help you learn your eating personality, where you're getting caught up with your eating and your relationship with food, so that you can take steps to have a better, healthy relationship with food through intuitive eating. This quiz is also going to provide you with some quick, easy, tangible steps that you can take to start having a healthier relationship with food in your body today. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful or interesting and you're going to come back for another session, give this video a like and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a video in my food freedom series. And you're going to want to check out these videos right here. They're going to provide you with more strategies and support in learning how to become an intuitive eater. And I'll see you in the next video.